intern. You're going to work for free a lot. I still work for free a lot. It's just one of those things where the best way to learn is to sort of be that fly on the wall and do things that maybe you feel like you're overqualified for, answering phones, making photocopies, getting coffee for a producer, things like that. You learn so much just by standing there and listening to other people talk about their process and everything else. So if in terms of getting into casting, find a place to intern, even if it's just 1 or 2 days a week while you're having your day job or you're still in school or something like that. And really do your best to just listen and learn and pick up on the terminology and ask questions. Ask questions of the people who you're working for. I mean, you're helping them out for free, so they can certainly take some time and answer some questions for you. Be open-minded, for sure, and in terms of the work, but in terms of the actors as well. And look at every project with the same kind of eye. Just because one is a big studio feature and one is a student film doesn't mean that one is better than the other. You may love the script of the student film more than you love the studio feature. So, weigh all of those options. Think about the people involved, and just get out there and start kind of diving in and doing. One of the best pieces of advice that Mally Finn gave me when I started was learn the actor's process. I have read a bunch of different styles. I've read Meisner and Uta Hagen and Stanislavski, and while I may not understand them all completely, I at least have a sense of how the actor gets to where they're trying to go, which helps me on the directing part of being a casting director. It's not just saying be bigger, be smaller, be louder, have more energy. It's kind of finding those little nuances, finding the terms that they understand to get them where they need to go. So reading and watching and learning, and every time you're watching TV, write down the name of the episode or the actor who, you really loved in that episode. Same thing with movies. After you see a movie, go home and go on IMDb and see who that person was and see what else they've been in. Just start getting into it that way, and after that, it'll just go. Every project is different. Sometimes the director doesn't come on until later, so the bulk of the work is done with the producers. Sometimes your producers are not in the same state that you are, so you're doing a lot of the work on your own and then sending them audition videos. So every project is very different. Usually in TV, we're working very closely with the producers and, for the most part, the director of that episode. But sometimes the director comes on, so, you've had to do all this prep work ahead of time, and so the director is busy doing locations and everything else, and they kind of leave casting to you and to the producers and the writer of that episode. But every project's a little bit different, so there's no really rhyme or reason to it. Casting is what I always wanted to do. I love it. Casting directors are often asked what else in the business they want to do because sometimes we're forgotten about. But really, this is my passion. I've, watched what producers do. I certainly could never be a writer. People have asked me about directing, but directing involves so many other things other than just working with actors that I don't feel like I would have the skills to do that. Casting is what I love. It's that perfect balance of being in an office but also being very creative. So it's just really, really fun. I think if I weren't doing casting, I probably would not be in the entertainment industry at all. I would go live somewhere else and be a teacher or a mom or something lovely and normal. This is a really tough business. It's really tough. You're going to go through your ups and downs. You're going to hate it. You're going to hate LA, and you're going to love it, and you're going to be so happy you're in LA. It's a roller coaster. This industry is a complete roller coaster. You'll go on a 6-month spree of working and then not work again for another year. It's tough. So if you really love it, do it. Go for it. Just remember that there are those ups and downs. Don't let the downs get to you. If you like it and you're having fun doing it, but it's not really your passion, find some other aspect that you love and do that. Something else, because it'll start to just get to you, that process of being employed and then being unemployed and then doing something great and then doing something really kind of crappy. You have to do it because you can't imagine yourself doing anything else. So just remember that when you're having those moments where you're questioning why you're doing this, or you're questioning being in LA, or should you go to New York, or whatever, just remember why you're doing it. You know, is it because that you have to do it? It's your love, it's your passion, it's your craft, it's so important. You can't imagine yourself being or doing anything else. Then do it. Just stick with it. And, you know, I think the biggest lesson in this industry is that patience is a virtue, and you have to really just be patient, and something will happen, and you'll get that break, and it'll lead to something else, and before you know it, you know, you're going, and you'll be considered a working actor or a working casting director or agent or manager or whatever else in this business. You just got to kind of stick with it if you know that this is the thing for you.